I'm going to show you how to make the top edging for our project now. First thing I'm going to do is create a new component. We're going to call it top edging. I'm going to measure from this component to this component, so the inside of our box. So this is 245. And we've got 434. So I'm going to start a sketch. We're sketching on the top edging with this one activated. I'm going to select this top plane in the origin, the set of planes. And just out in space, I'm going to draw a square or rectangle, same size as I read before, so 434 by 245. Now I'm going to use the offset tool. I'm going to offset this outwards. So it's going to be 19 millimeters. So minus 19. But then we need to add 10 to that. So I'm going to change it to 29. Press enter. So the same as what we did for the base, we'll join these components together. Now if you wanted to, I guess, cheat and make it easier, we could make this one component, but I'm going to show you how to make it in several. The beauty of making it in several components is we will be able to blow this apart in a technical drawing later. So finish sketch, extrude, or the letter E on your keyboard. I'm going to make all these new components and we're extruding them 12 millimeters. Remember, you need to show the sketch here by just clicking the eyeball under the sketch menu and then go through the process of extruding all of these to 12 millimeters. You get the sequence right of changing this first. It's quite easy to get them all done really quickly. I'm going to hide the sketch and select all my components. Right click, rigid group. And then I'm going to activate each component separately. This time we're going to put our chamfer. I can find where it is. I'm going to do an 8mm chamfer this time. And then go down to your next component. We're doing it on the bottom edge this time. Sorry if I didn't mention that before. Now all they're done, we're going to activate that complete assembly, and it should nest in fairly well if I click this inside edge here, so not the axis, but that inside edge. I'm going to match it up with the inside edge of this one. So this is going to be flush to this component here, and we'll do this in Woodwork too. The inside corners should match perfectly. Once I OK this, the other component should come up with it. And that's our top edging finished. I'm going to save at this point. And now we're going to move to the lid. So you should be getting good at this by now. Right click up the top, lid. We're going to inspect, measure. So 303. Always gets me that I can't just select the next one. So 303 and 492. Create a sketch. Top plane again. Rectangle. We'll put our measurements in. So 492. Tab 303. This time we're doing offset inwards, 19 millimeters. Use the line tool to do corner to corner, all four. Finish sketch. Now use the E button or extrude. New component, and distance is 36. Go in, expand your sketch section in the browser, illuminate that, so activate the sketch, and go about your next one. So remember, if you get the sequence of this right, it's quite easy. I'm going to turn off that sketch now. I need to go around to each component, activate that component, sketch on the top plane. We're going to do that rebate we did for the base. D for dimension, click the two lines. We're going to come in 5 millimeters for this one. Finish sketch, extrude. And then once we've extruded, this one's only going to go down 3 millimeters. -3. Enter. And then activate your next component and do that for each component. Remember, if you don't get this quite parallel, you can use the parallel constraint up here. And then we will extrude this one too. -3. And to the last side. It's a bit frustrating doing this multiple times. There's different ways we could do this in Fusion, but I find sometimes the repetition's better than the assembly method. So -3 for the last one. You can now go and activate that full lid. Don't forget to select all the components that we've just produced and right click rigid group, that holds them together. The last thing I want to do to that lid, which kind of finishes the project off, is put the plywood in. As you know, the plywood's really easy we just measure the distance here, so 275. It's not going to be the right surface. 275 by 464. So over on the lid, new component, we call this one plywood lid. Enter, sketch. We'll sketch on this top plane again. I'll do this out here. And 464 tab 275. Just double checking the measurements there. Let's finish that sketch and go extrude. We're going to make it 3mm plywood. And to get this in position, I'll use the join feature. Zoom in really nice and close to this center of the edge. Zoom in nice and close to the same corresponding spot where we want it to fit. Our work comes together, and that lid should move all together now. So I'm going to activate the lid. I'm going to use the join and come down here and click the join. This time we're not on the flat surface, we're on the axis. And we're going to try and find the same component on here. That looks right, so we'll check it. If I activate this join eyeball here, we'll be able to see that there. You can right click it and go edit joint. And in this motion section here, we can change it from rigid to revolve. So now our box should open and close. So that's our finished project. There's one thing that I've noticed here where it says right, that should really read front. That's going to be important for our technical drawings. So I'm going to click that right view, then right click it. I'm going to set current view as front. And when I slowly revolve it, it should say top up on the top side. Once I've got that, where it says 14 here, or changes with the angle of the lid, the little flag, I'm going to double click that flag and press 0 and enter. That should close the lid, and we will also hide those joins as well. If there's any that are still showing like this one, click it, have a look down the list. So that one's hidden. This one is not, so I'll try that. So there it was. So that's my finished assembly. Next video we'll do some rendering and technical drawings.